My name's Dave. I'm very excited to be able to share with you today some of the impact that Scott has had on my life over the last several years. I'm a younger guy, and so being a younger guy, there's a lot of opportunity to learn. There's a lot of opportunity to improve on some of the talent and some of the skill that younger guys like me have, but really don't know how to harness it. Scott's been able to share with me richness from his experience, especially key questions, things that I might not necessarily think of on my own, such as what's my sweet spot? Where's an area of ministry that I need to be serving that's going to be right in the zone of where I can be most effective? Along with that, a key question that I always keep coming back to that Scott first asked me is, what can only I do? The idea that there's the ability to give responsibility, to give tasks to people who are going to be able to accomplish it in a much more successful way than I have. That's just been a really important question that I've come back to over and over in my professional ministry experience. That's something that Scott brought up to me, and I keep coming back to it. As far as working around the office with Scott, it's always a blast. Something that Scott did that our entire worship arts staff really enjoyed was he would bring in different types of games into our office. One of those games was a little shooting gallery. I mean, it was just a little gun and a little target practice. It was all just little laser, but we had so much fun. We kept a little scorecard, and we would see who could get the highest score. That was the essence of the working environment. Not that we would always goof around, but there was the opportunity to have fun together as a staff, and that really set us up to get work done together as a staff. As an employee of Scott's, I really felt empowered to do my job. Scott would empower me and release me to do the things that I was good at, to do the things that he knew that I could succeed at, always challenging me, but at the same time putting me in a place where I could succeed. A great example of this was when we got to start an entire new service all the way from scratch, a service geared towards reaching people from my generation, from my age range. The whole time Scott would tell me, hey, I'm here to help you succeed. If there's anything I can do to help you, any responsibility that I can take on, let me know. But I want to see you succeed. And he did. Something that I've referenced before is that Scott would always ask me, where am I most effective? And that's a great question that Scott is able to answer about himself. Where is he most effective? And things that only he can do, and things that he needs to release. And he was able to release this new service to me and be a partner with me. And we built an incredible service. It was a service that really hit a need at our church. And together with Scott, we were able to really fulfill a lacking demographic in the direction that our services were aimed. It was a lot of fun. And it's something that I learned a whole lot from, and that let's flash forward a couple years. I've had the opportunity to step in a larger capacity leadership position at my new church. Some of the key things that I've taken with me that I've learned from Scott is leading meetings. Scott was always great at leading our meetings and getting the most out of the time that we had together. Whenever someone would come up with a great idea, he would say, that's a great idea. Let's revisit that. Let's focus in on what we're talking about now. And as I'm starting a new college and young adults ministry, having some of these brainstorming meetings, I find myself going back to that exact same thing. Our group has great ideas coming out. And I say, you know what, let's write that down and let's revisit that and let's talk about this right now. And then I'm able to make it back to where we can all enter in on the conversation piece that someone brought up. That was such an incredible idea. I feel empowered to step into areas of ministry knowing that I was able to learn from somebody who could delegate, who could release, who could empower. And I think back to how Scott was able to do those very same things with me, and now how can I apply that to where I can release and empower my volunteers, where I can see them succeed in ways that I would never be able to were I to take up some of those same tasks. Scott is a good-looking man. I'll tell you what, he can pull off a collared shirt like nobody else.